You know, for as long as we've dreamed of space, we've dreamed of a simple way to get there. A ribbon to the stars, a real highway to the heavens. Well, what if I told you that science fiction dream is getting really, really close to becoming a world-changing reality? Let's dive into this amazing concept because it could redefine, well, everything, for better and maybe for worse. So picture this. You step into what feels like a lounge car on a high-speed train. There's no countdown, no violent roar, no G-forces trying to crush you. Instead, you're just rising, silently. You can sip a coffee, look out the window, and just watch the beautiful blue marble of Earth get smaller and smaller. This isn't a rocket launch. This is a ride on the space elevator. Okay, so here's how it works. The whole journey starts from this massive floating base right on the equator. A vehicle they call the climber just latches onto a super strong cable made of carbon nanotubes, and up you go. You're climbing at a nice steady 200 kilometers per hour. It takes about a week to get all the way up to the station, which is sitting pretty at 36,000 kilometers in geostationary orbit. It's basically a luxury cruise to the stars. Now, a cruise to space? That's incredible, no question. But the trip itself, that's not the real revolution here. The thing that is going to fundamentally change human civilization, it's something way more practical. And you can sum it all up with just one single jaw-dropping number. 99%. That's it. That's the estimated reduction in cost to send literally anything or anyone into orbit. Just let that sink in for a second. We're talking about a 99% discount on escaping gravity. This isn't just a tiny improvement, it's a whole new ballgame. So what happens to the world when the single biggest barrier to space, the insane cost, just vanishes? This is about so much more than just launching cheaper satellites. We're talking about unlocking a future that up until now has been completely financially impossible. The scale of this is just mind-blowing. Right now with rockets, it costs thousands of dollars to get a single kilogram into space. With the elevator, we could be looking at $10. 10. That's like the cost of a plane ticket from New York to London dropping from $10,000 to $10. All of a sudden, everybody can afford to go. And when that price drops, you know what door swings wide open first? Energy. I'm talking about a source of energy that is so vast, so clean, it could solve our needs forever. We're talking about collecting solar power right from space. Just look at these numbers. Right now, if you wanted to build a big solar power station in space, one that could power a whole city, it's just a financial fantasy with rockets. But with the elevator, the cost to get all the parts up there drops so much that building that space solar station becomes cheaper than building a new nuclear plant right here on Earth. That's the new reality. Basically infinite clean energy 24/7. And believe me, the energy revolution is just the start. This kicks off a completely new era for us, a true neo-space age. With transportation this cheap, we can start doing things that sound like they're straight out of a movie. We can actually go mine asteroids for rare metals. We can build factories in orbit to create perfect materials you could never make down here in gravity. And that big station at the top of the elevator? It becomes our permanent spaceport, a gateway for missions to the moon and Mars without ever having to fight our way out of Earth's gravity again. So, infinite clean energy, endless resources, humanity finally exploring the solar system. It really sounds like we've solved all of our problems, doesn't it? A perfect utopia, built on technology. But, yeah, there's a catch. And it's a very, very human catch. Because no matter how far we go, no matter what we build, we always take ourselves with us. All of our ambitions, all of our competition, all of our conflicts, and our ancient habit of fighting over land. Here's the problem. See, the elevator opens up the infinite frontier of space, but the elevator itself, it's a single physical thing tied to one very specific spot on Earth. And all of a sudden, that spot and the path straight up from it becomes the most valuable piece of real estate in all of human history. This creates a whole new set of problems. Suddenly, the nations on the equator that can actually host one of these things, they hold all the cards. The cable itself becomes a physical wall in orbit, creating huge no-fly zones that mess with everyone's satellites. And what happens when China wants to build one but its orbital path blocks America's? A new space race begins, but this time, it's a race for territory. This could lead to a totally new kind of conflict. The source material calls it a silent war. This wouldn't be fought with missiles and explosions. It would be fought with economic blockades, political maneuvering, and literally just physically blocking someone else's path to space. It's a war over cosmic real estate, where your country's border goes 36,000 kilometers straight up. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? We can build this incredible monument to our own genius, a true highway to the stars, but we're still dragging our oldest, ugliest habits right along with us. The fight for territory, it seems, isn't something we can leave behind on Earth. And that kind of leaves us with the ultimate question, right? The space elevator could be the key to this amazing utopian future. It could solve our energy crisis, our resource crisis, and unite us as explorers. But can we actually handle that kind of power? Or is it just destined to become the next great battleground, the highest one we've ever fought over?